guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Alex. In case you're new here, karibu sana, and in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I have a video up. So, and yes, Mr. Nalo is here to talk about commitment issues.
Yeah.
So karibu sana.
Yes.
So why do you think people are afraid to commit?
I think people in the modern times, especially, I think we are living in a time where people are very to themselves. They're very we're used to a certain way of living. We're used to a certain way of existing. Hence, people want to either continue. We desire love. We desire companionship. But now there are things that are preventing us from committing.
First of all, I want to congratulate you for being married.
Yes.
Last time you were here,
I was single.
You were very, very single. So congratulations on that.
Thank you
So
very much.
and you're giving us hope. Unatupea.
It's possible, guys. It's possible.
How is marriage?
Marriage is beautiful. It's changed, as I was telling you. It's married. The change is always uncomfortable at first, but if you have a partner who you are doing it with, who's also engaged and you're doing it together, not just alone, then it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So what were some of the things you were worried about, when maybe you were you are approaching the fact that I want to commit to this person? What are some of those things you were afraid of? I think that is what we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
That is what we're going to discuss today.
Yes.
Some of the commitment issues, and I think the first one we had talked earlier on about unpredictability
Yes.
of the future, and that is in terms of maybe your health, the finances. You don't know really I'm with this person and they're okay. Kesho wapate accident.
What happens?
I don't have one eye, so what really happens?
So you tell me, is that the specific? Because right now I've committed. I'm committed. But now for you, what apart from just the unpredictability of an accident, what else? What is the one fear you have?
Maybe with a partner. I think one of the fears I have, as I told you earlier, is about them growing in a way that they're not communicating to you, or maybe outgrowing each other,
Oh, okay.
or rather maybe we don't see things, we don't have the same views about things anymore. You want to think, you want to see things this way, and me I see things the other way. So I think the end goal of what maybe we had in mind, maybe we no longer see each other eye to eye when it comes to some maybe things issues of life. So yeah, I think that would be my biggest fear when it comes to commitment.
Okay.
Yeah, the unpredictability of somebody maybe growing in such a way that they are not communicating, and I don't understand.
That's
I could wake up maybe 10 years in marriage and I'm like, who is this person I married? So I think that's one of my greatest fear.
Okay.
What's yours?
So before I got married, I think the first one of my fears was, I can relate to unpredictability as a fear, because you always think about, okay, so what if this person changes and maybe changes in a different way? And I think what I'm slowly, and it was a fear because you're like, okay, so I know her right now, but what if she's someone different?
She's someone else. Maybe
what if she wakes up and tells me, oh, by there, this is who I am now? You're like, okay, so what I'm slowly learning, and I think this is now a fear that I'm slowly conquering, really, as I relate to you, is change is inevitable. Let me just start saying that change is inevitable. People will change. People will always change. The question is, are you changing together?
Oh yeah,
that's the question.
True, very true.
So that's where communication comes in. Are you talking? Are you? Because I think we live in a life where we when we fall in love, oh, okay, we are in love now. We don't want this person to change. But the thing is, even you'll change.
Yeah, very true.
They usually say you form. A friend of mine says you form new ideals and ways of thinking every decade, every 10 years.
Wow.
You are a different person every 10 years.
I'm starting off my next decade.
Yes. So you're forming new new ideals, new ways of thinking every 10 years. You can imagine that. So, so every 10 years, both of you will have new ideals. You can imagine that. So the thing is, are you communicating? Are you talking? Are you engaging? Are you being real with each other? Are you also correcting each other in kindness? Are you being patient? Are you being are you engaging? Because a relationship, because I think usually when dating you're not really relating, but now when you are married you really have to, because you're like, okay, this is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with.
Imagine.
I have to have uncomfortable communications with them. I have to have uncomfortable conversations. Yeah, like very uncomfortable. Like it's to a point where like now you can actually feel, hey, okay. So because ideally this person should know you inside out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can
Even
imagine
with my darkest secrets.
yes. With the deepest and the darkest.
Uh-huh.
Someone usually said that if you had the confidence to strip each other naked, why are you not seeing each other naked in all ways?
In all ways. But there's this thing of sometimes like you try to keep off things from your partner simply because you don't want to like hurt them.
Okay.
You don't want like them knowing about something. How do you feel think about that? I'm not. It's
Like
not like
the
I'm hiding.
past, what do you mean?
No, it maybe even like maybe you have to do like a multi-million-dollar kind of deal, and it's a 50-50 kind of way. Would you be easy to tell your partner about it, ama
So
utangoja mpaka ile time yenye
the last minute.
the
Like,
last minute?
let me tell you, I'm coming slowly, Lan. Okay, so we've segued to something. We because finance is also something a very tricky bit. Because now, for you, now you're used to your own money. You're used to making decisions, how you shop, how you spend money, and how you you get it. Yeah. So you don't want someone to come in and tell you, okay. But you see now, in marriage, there's that change. Now you need to let this other person have an opinion of your money. Because it's no longer.
It's no
and
longer.
this is true, guys. Like
it's
it's no longer your money. It's our money.
Okay.
Until you accept that, both of you will struggle, and I've experienced that personally. Like the things I don't tell my wife, and I do it alone. And I think we did something called Ndoa. Ndoa is a premarital counseling thing. Yeah. And the things I came to realize, and it's true. Like everything that we put on the table, it's successful. Everything that we put on the table,
the
it's
two of
successful.
you, when you work like the two
when
of
you
you.
work the two of us.
Yeah, I think I've also had someone like Abel Mutua say it's much more easier for them right now when like they know like this money is coming in and it's going to a specific place. Kitambo, everybody used to do their own thing.
I remember that episode.
Yeah,
I think I watched
everybody
it.
used to do like their own things. Right now, like they know this is the money that is coming in. This is our money. This is where it's going. This is it's budgeted and it's allocated. There's no loophole of like just having extra money just
So
lying somewhere.
Hey, that's so true. That is so true. Because if there's order, because let me tell you, you don't realize how much you're living in disorder until now you have someone come into your life.
Yeah.
Because they'll come in with how I feel like how people need to look at it is I'm gaining someone who has a different skill than me.
Oh yeah.
Not
two is better than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. You can say that one again.
Two is better
Yes.
than one.
It is
very true. Two is better than one.
And I think what the thing where we're afraid is fear. It's fear. It's basically fear. It's fear. What if they hurt me or but if you reach a point where you're like, now this person ticks all the boxes and you want to commit, those questions will come. All you can do is, as long as both of you let go of those fears and be like, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, so I'm opening every door. Obviously you have to open it pole,
yeah.
but let me tell you what I liked what Ndoa did is there was a session where we're told to disclose everything. Imagine. So you and your potential partner sit down, look at each other. You're given time alone. You need to write everything. Everything that you feel is important. Whether it's underlying conditions, whether it's everything, and then you come together. just the two of you, and talk
And talk.
and lay everything there. And I feel like that is, number one, is so liberating, because it frees you from you feeling like you're entering the marriage with things held back. Because if you, let me tell you, if you enter the marriage with secrets, you'll always be in a loop of there's a connection that you guys are not reaching. You get it? But if you open up and this person really, like, those things of this person knows you, there's a freedom. Yeah, there's a freedom that you get, even with the person, in terms of, like, it takes things to the next level, in terms of your connection, your intimacy, in all ways, sex, like social intimacy, everything. Trust me, by the way. Trust me.
You're now giving us some of us hopes, like it's possible. You know, most of us, like, I think nowadays we go in with the mindset of, if it doesn't work out, I just walk away. You know, like sitaka hapo nivumilie ama. But to hear you say that, I think it's so encouraging, by the way. Also, be very open about everything about yourself.
Including your past.
Including your past. Which
it's
makes
such a
it very
tricky,
dark.
it's like, ooh. Yeah, I've seen your reactions, like, hey, including my past.
Yeah, including my past. Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. At least I have learned. Thank you for that. So I think the next one would be on planning, as you said. It becomes much more, I think, one of also my fears is, like, when it comes to planning, I'm so used to planning myself, by myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
By myself, by my own things, by my own timing, by my own, you know, when I need something,
your own time.
Yeah, my own time, my own way. Now there's somebody in the picture, and now you have to consider them. You know, like, I just can't, I'm more like, I'm just going to wake up and go to, like, Mombasa.
Unauliza permission.
Quote unquote, permission. So it's one of the fears I also have when it comes, like, to committing to a serious, like, relationship. Though it's a work in progress, because I don't expect the other person is doing so, and and you're just there. You're just taking advantage of the fact that they communicate and they tell you this. I will be going on a certain day. I will be going. Alafu wewe unaamka tu unaenda. Ama unaamka tu unaenda una withdraw 100k na unaenda, like, unaenda kuswipe pale boho somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, also planning is one of my fears when it comes to most people. The next one, I think, it's also finances. And people more so, like, before you get married, a very few people talk about finances.
Yeah,
where is our money? Where is our money going? Yeah. How much is coming in, and where is it allocated to go in? I know it's a very sensitive topic.
Money is a sensitive topic, a very sensitive topic. Because you have, and this is, maybe you can talk about it in a different setting. We all have money. We have money behaviors.
Yes.
And that stems from how we were born. Yeah. I mean, how we were, our background, our families,
how we were brought up,
what you saw, how money was being spent and stuff like that.
Yes.
So it's a whole. So you can imagine, issues zako. The guy comes with his issues with money, his relationship with money. So it's and being githeri is not a bad thing. It's how do you add flavor? How do you make it in such a way that the githeri is something that bears fruit, so to speak. Like, it's, so maybe you are, because this is actually something we were talking about the other day. Like, maybe you are good at saving. Your man is
good at spending.
Good at coming up with ideas.
Okay.
He's very good at coming up with ideas. You see, now we always look at the negative. Like, we always look at, so if the polar opposite, if you're good at saving, you're looking at this guy just spends. Like, now, an example for me, my wife is a spender. Sorry, babe. My wife is a spender. I, on the other hand, based on how I grew up, I am a hoarder.
I hold in the money.
I like seeing how money will be distributed, and I guess that's how I got into business. How money is working for me. I like seeing, like, I have a future, and somehow. So imagine now we came together in a time where now she's baby girl. I'm living my best life. And me, I'm there. I'm thinking, where? I don't know. You want us to go to dates where? Until we go to holidays, how many
if
times?
if she came and told you, you know what, babe, I want us to go on holiday, and the holiday maybe cost like $500,000, what would be your reaction to that?
I would say yes, but we would plan for it. We would save for it. I would say definitely yes. Let's go. Why do you want to go? Let's go. Let's just plan for it. And that's usually my. So you see now we've got it to a place where she. At first it's a place of conflict, but now she's like, oh, enyewe. Now she's like, enyewe, I need to lean into your strength so that we can do these things that we want.
Okay.
And then now we can save something for our future. And I need to lean into her because she's an amazing planner.
I know. I told you.
Yes.
I know her from school.
Yeah. You know her. She's
I
an
know her.
amazing,
Yeah, she's an amazing person.
She's an amazing planner. So now I lean into that because me, I can have a vision. I can know what I want to do, but her, she will give you.
Break it down.
You see, but we had to discover those things. I didn't know. I had to really dig deep and be open and be vulnerable enough. So I knew you are an amazing planner. You're not just a spendthrift, but you are also an amazing planner. So can we lean into that? And then can you lean into my things? Yes.
Another one that people, thank you for that. Another one is family opinions. You know, like these are two families coming together. You know, maybe the mom doesn't like you. Maybe also the family, like the family themselves, you know, like there's always going to be a sort of a way, sijui hamsikizani. Now like you have a wife, you know, our son now no longer does that monthly sijui kacheko for our family, for this, you know. There's also, so how for you, what have worked perfect for you, like when it comes to that?
We're still learning. We're still learning. So we're not. It's not. I wouldn't say I think we're perfect. We're still, because we're still young. Like we're still young in the marriage. But what I can say really is, so far, what we first now do budgets together. Like we plan now together. In the sense that now if we are sending money to both sides, we're sending money to both sides.
Is it like on an equal 50-50 kind of?
Yes. So
what if, like, for example, it's an emergency from, like, maybe your side? So you'll have to cater for the fact that it's an emergency on your side.
So what we do is we have an emergency fund. So we have an emergency fund for ourselves, and we have an emergency fund for the family.
Okay.
So in emergency fund now we usually set aside a bit of money. So when one of our family members has something, we give from that.
From the account.
And we have a stipend. We have a budget for every, like the stipend for every month. So if my sister or her sister comes up, or the family or the parents have come up and tell us, okay, both our parents come up and tell us, okay, we need some help, we give from that account.
That makes it a little bit much more
easier. So it makes it in such a way that if there's, because black tax is real.
Very true. Very black tax.
We
are suffering.
Yeah, black tax is real. But let me tell you what, for you now, the challenge will come in now. Because you're what? You're the firstborn?
No, I'm the second one. Yes.
But you're the elder sister.
Yes.
So
no, I have an elder sister. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you're the secondborn are also deputy parents in some ways. So what will end up happening, and what happened to us is, Hash is a
firstborn. Yes.
I am a middle child. I am the rogue. I do what I want.
I totally get you, because I'm also the middle child.
Yes, so you can imagine now you get married to a firstborn who has responsibilities. You are used to sending what you can and
just randomly,
and then you have a firstborn in your life. So the interesting thing is, for us, that's what we got into. I'm like, why? Because firstborns are very...
Yeah, they're very structured
and they want to help out their families and stuff like that. But you see, now when we came together, we were new. So we had to decide, what do we want? What do we want for our family? How do you want to help both sides of the family? So we agreed, okay, so this is what we're going to do, this is how much we can give, blah blah blah. But it has to be a point of blah blah. There are things you will need to let go.
That's why it's sacrifice. It's sacrifice.
You have no idea. But it's easier if you let go early.
Take a day at a time.
take a day at a time. Let go early. It's not easy vitu nyo umezoea kufanya. Sijui umeweka sijui kapesa wapi nini.
But women atukwangi na pesa. Do we really have money?
Modern women, you have money. The cars people are driving out here, hey, you have money.
See, I understand. See, we are coming for your money when you're getting married. We are coming for your money.
It's relative. It's relative.
We are coming for your money.
It's relative, and also that the light bulb moment that we got also for me, what I got from it is, modern relationships are not based on financial provision.
Very true.
They are not.
Very true. Very true.
They are not.
Yeah.
Because people have money, and those are if money is the motive, then you are like 80% of the time you break up because you'll always have notions of so like it has variables because money will come and will go.
Yeah.
One time you're up, the other time you're believing it. And remember, you're the one who said this. Like you assume that when you get into you're dating someone who's successful, you're assuming that when you get into the marriage, this will be the trend.
The trend, yeah. I told you earlier on, yeah. It's a series of like leo niko juu, wewe uko chini, like we help each other. And as I was telling you earlier, or does it mean because uko chini and maybe umekuwa chini for some time, does it mean like you leave, you know? I don't think it's based marriage. I think it's based on like understanding, you know. It's seasons, and so is life, and so is like I think even friendship. It's about seasons, you know.
Yes, very true, and that's a very good mentality to have because it will help you. It's helping me because I had to like I'm slowly not even I had to. I am slowly letting go of to notions and to tabias that I had of always wanting. You know those things we usually do say. Kuna 5K. You the payslip. The biggest thing is exchanging payslips. That's the biggest challenge. Unaona uso yake. Umeona uso yake. Exchanging payslips. That is the biggest challenge. But once it's done, it's so free.
Like you give your partner your payslip.
This is me. This is you.
Wow, I don't know about that. Ever tell me in the comment section. Would you give your partner your payslip?
Yeah, huh? I'd like to do. Yeah. Like
tell me in the comment section. Would you give your partner your payslip?
Just date.
I'm getting to learn a lot.
Just putting it on the table. For me, it's very free. It's very because as I told you, she's a planner, so you plan everything, accounts where you're sending money. And then we have cards, so we have like our own. We pay each other a stipend. So all the money comes together. We save and do whatever we need to do, and then now we give each other a salary. So we pay each other a salary. So depending on because she's baby girl, she gets more than I do, but now there's a stipend. There's a stipend that once you run out for the month. See now it controls you. It's
interesting. I think the last one on commitment would be routines, you know, like those two small ones, you know. Like maybe I wake up at 5. There's somebody who's maybe used to waking up at maybe 9 in the morning. Alafu is me nimeamka na to gospel tangu in the morning. When do unataka kulala, maybe you slept at 3 a.m. You know. Even I think also I fear when it comes to those two routines, you know, maybe I'm used to what else, like it's my current, maybe I'm used to working out maybe in the morning, maybe I meditate in the morning, alafu there's you, hey, unataka kusikia sijui ni reggae or something, I don't know, like routines kabla, like I think you guys you get to understand each other, mtakuwa mmegongana sana to an extent. Sasa it's like like I think this time let me have it, let you have your way, alafu next time let me have my way, cause to let go when you're like, I've lived alone for a very long time.
Trust me, even me.
So and there are things, for example, very simple things like sijiki kuosha hizo vyombo.
I will wash later.
Si sai. Then there's this person, every time you eat, clean. Wipe, sijui do what. I don't know. But anyway, we will get there. We will get there.
With routines, as I said, now marriage is a what I'm slowly learning is marriage is a process of unlearning and learning. So unlearning is there are things that you will have to, as you come together, you have to decide, okay, so what is the new us?
Okay.
You get it? It's, and then having patience enough for each other. Like, I'll give you an example. For me, my example.
Give us the examples.
I used to see, now I stayed alone for a long time. So for me, I never never used to know I had this thing of leaving lights on. It was never
I have that thing.
It was never.
I have that
It was never clear to me. You see now, you know, but you're like.
I know for sure.
Like neither here nor there. So now we start living together.
Everywhere, lights on.
Now it was magnified because, and I'm seeing it. She's like, Yani. She comes into the house. Maybe I've been working from home, and she comes in. She's like, bathroom light iko on. As in, sijui light ya microwave iko on. You're like, oh my god. And then you see now it comes. So for me, I had the option of fighting it,
or accepting it and
saying, okay, let me work on myself on this. So there will be multiple things like that. We're still dealing with other things, like there are two routines and things that you're used to. Maybe like how you're used to not having a budget. Like
you
just living.
You don't do like a monthly budget. Yourself,
or you're living, or you again, like maybe you're used to hanging out with certain pals. And there's another topic about pals that you will outgrow, but that's a topic for another day.
We need to do that topic soon.
Yes, so there's now those things that you will need to unlearn. Like you're like, enyewe, you just unajita mkutano, wewe unasema, is this good or is this bad? This thing that my wife or my husband keeps saying, is it good for me? Is it a bad habit? And now having patience for each other. Because even for you, there are things that he will do, like you will get on your nerves.
Really?
On your nerves. But will you be patient enough to be like, huyu ndo nimechagua?
Nimechagua.
Kaende.
For better, for worse.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. I think we should do a part 2 of this. I'm so happy for you.
I'd love to.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
This is so encouraging. Oh my god, I think I told you earlier on.
Yeah,
this
you
is
did.
Very, very
It
encouraging.
is possible, guys. It is possible.
It
is possible.
From my mouth to God's ears, it will happen.
Amen.
For me to.
Amen.
For me to.
To be in a marriage for 20 years, 30 years.
90
years. It's possible. And let me tell you, there are processes. Maybe that we can talk about another day. I was being told, so the marriage has stages.
Oh yeah.
So there's the drama stage. The drama stage lasts for 25 years. It will be continued.
25? No, I thought it's the first. No. Okay, this is how in my head I think. The first 3 years, ni honeymoon period.
Yes, the first 3 years,
first
year
honeymoon.
actually is honeymoon, yeah.
First 3 years actually. From the 4th to around 7, 8. No, that is when you get like
drama.
You get drama. You get very comfortable with each other. You know, like hata nitakwambia, hebu sasa angalia hiki ama sijui the things I used to even do like before, I no longer do them. So, and in between 4th year and 10th year, if like you guys you're still together, no for sure. There's a very high possibility. There's nowhere mostly any one of you is going past the 10 years. Because I tend to, even for the so many marriages that I have seen people like separate, they separate in between, I think the 3rd year and the 8th, 9th, 10th year. If like you're in a decade, like if you're in a marriage in a decade, I think you guys you're good to go. For a decade, you guys you're solid. But in between the 3rd year and the 10th year, I don't know what really happens.
Yeah, I've been told that.
I don't really know what happened.
So what we're being told in the course of it is the drama stage. It does not mean that you guys are fighting. It means that things you are like in the first 2-3 years. Yes, you're not goruzanaing sana, but you're it's called galisaki. You're anafanya kitu, you're like, no, I love him. I can take this. So there's drama inside, but you're not.
Yeah,
you're not.
It's contained. In between you.
So that what you said of year 3, 4. Now you mezoeana.
Proper.
So you're like, you can just say
Anything.
things. So that's where now the drama comes to the surface. But now, before then, it's happening inside. That's what we're being encouraged. Couples who make it are the couples who are real enough to correct. They don't keep it inside. And communication is such an important thing.
Yeah, very true.
Because half the marriages that I feel like they break up at the ones that communication is not good. Like you're not being honest enough to say, babe, I love you, but
yeah.
kuna this I feel like we need to work on.
Okay.
Not you need, we need, because
yes.
you are here to help. You're here to invest, because you're invested. Because the fact that you guys are married or dating or like dating for a while, you invested. So you're like, we can work on this, and I feel like this is what we need to do. You see, and then the other person being open enough to be like, hey, can I think about it if they're taking time to accept that this is, because marriage will show you who you are. It's your mirror.
Wow. It's my mirror.
It's your mirror. To show you if you think, because the instances you think, yeah, I can be sarcastic, but you don't know. Marriage.
It will bring the pettiness.
The magnified. Yeah,
The
petty.
pettiness.
The gutter of pettiness.
I know, I've had that.
Yeah, so it will be magnified. And you look at yourself and like, oh, what?
Did I even do that?
Who you mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, oh my God, I've learned so much from that Kamini episode from you. I think we're going to have a part 2 really soon. Really soon.
Sure.
So tell us, to tell us more about,
My experience.
your experience. You seem to have a grip of.
Hey, we are always learning. Let me tell you, we're not perfect.
Of it, So, and I'm happy for you, and we're just behind. Behind
we are encouraging you guys to come.
Yeah. Huku nyuma. Sawa. Tutaharakisha basi. So, tell me in the comment section what are some of the commitment issues that you have. Maybe when it comes to like a serious relationship, maybe like when it comes to marriage, what are some of your fears? Like you feared when it comes to commitment. So thank you, Nalwa, for having that talk with us. I'm so sure I'm going to have a part 2 of this. So in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bell and subscribe, share, comment. Tell me in the comment section what you think about this episode and what you want to see from Life with Alex. So and until next time, guys. Bye.